Hello everyone, welcome to another live session from Time. This one is an English session specially for SSC CGL. Okay, and the topic today is phrase replacement, a very common question type in and in several other bank and government exams. Okay, so what is phrase replacement? Phrase replacement, it tests your ability to identify grammatically correct expressions within a sentence. An incorrect part of a sentence, either you have to identify which part is incorrect and then suggest a change, or you have to, they'll give you options for rewriting that part. Okay, so it is a test of your grammatical soundness usually. Okay, because that is what makes a sentence correct or incorrect, right? Grammar is what makes a sentence correct or incorrect. Sometimes it also tests your awareness of idiomatic expressions. Okay, so if you have any questions, any comments, please feel free to ask. My eyes are on the chat box too. Okay, so let us quickly look at a few questions since it is grammar. The questions are short, but you need an in-depth understanding of grammar and usage. Okay. Here we go. The first question. The instructions, I think, are little hidden here, but I'll read it out for you. Select the most appropriate option that can substitute the underlined segment in the given sentences. So that is one particular pattern. Okay. Substitute the underlined segment. Here we have the underlined segment and you have options. You need to pick the best substitute. So let us try out this question. A calendar is in some ways a futuristic document as it tells us about the days and weeks having to come over the next year. So what do you need to do? First, you need to understand what the sentence is trying to tell you. Okay. Okay, Sandra is here. Sandra has given the answer already. Wonderful. Let us see. Okay. So having to come over the next year, what is the sentence trying to tell us? We have a clue here, next year. So, and also futuristic. So what it is telling us is a calendar tells us about the days and weeks in the future or that are going to come up, right? So what do we need? Having to come doesn't make sense. Tells us about the days and weeks. So this is wrong. Will have been coming. That doesn't make any sense at all. Yes, the days and weeks to come. That is very good, Sandra. That is a common idiomatic expression. We often see in news articles in the days to come or in the years to come, right? To come there means in the future. And we can say the coming year. So that may have been a little confusing, but we do not say the days and weeks coming over the next year. That doesn't make sense, right? In the coming days, in the coming few days would have been okay. So the correct answer is option 3. Okay. Next, an advanced system that will allow speech recognition in spaces filled with other voices, noise, and echoes was being developed by an international team of researchers. Okay. Now, what will be the answer in this question? Is there anything wrong with the given sentence? An advanced system that will allow speech recognition in spaces filled with other voices, noise, and echoes was being developed by an international team of researchers. Is the given sentence correct? Does it need any change? Well, the given sentence per se is not grammatically wrong in terms of structure. Okay, we call it syntax. In terms of syntax, it is not wrong. However, there are yes, Sandra, I know my video does hide the content, but I read out the sentence to you, right? There is a little issue with the formatting. Okay, I just realized. So that is why I'm reading out the sentences to you. Yeah. So here, now the sentence is in the past tense, but there is no context for that. There is absolutely no context for the sentence being in the past tense. Okay, so the present tense is better. Yes, Sandra, you got it right again. But what did you say? Is to be developed. Huh? Is to be developed is in the future. So let us read it again. An advanced system that will allow speech recognition in spaces filled with other voices, noise, and echoes is to be developed. So what tells you that the sentence is in the future? If it is not in the past, it is not in the future either, right, Sandra? So the better answer there is what is being developed. When the sentence does not really give any context of um, future or past, then it is better to go for the present tense. Okay, fine. My screen share has gone off, I think. Just give me a second. Please give me a second to share my screen, okay? And while I'm doing that, I can also try and quickly adjust the formatting in my PPT. Please give me a second. Okay. Hope you're still there, Sandra. I'm going to be back now. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. So here the answer is being developed. Now let us, I hope you can see my content now properly. Some of the slides, it is still not visible, but those slides I will read it out to you. If he had been healthy, he would not had to spend so much on medicines. If he had been healthy, he would not had to spend. What does it mean? This is the past perfect form of the verb have plus. So this is the past, past perfect tense, right? Would not had. But what tense do we need here? Very good. Excellent again. Would not have had. Press. This is called a subjunctive mood sentence. Okay. You don't need to know that, but I'm just saying this is called a subjunctive mood sentence. Subjunctive mood is when you talk about things that are not real, a hypothetical situation or an imaginary situation. Subjunctive mood. If he had been healthy, which means that he is not healthy. If he had been healthy, he would not have had to medicines. When you split it that way, you get the answer. Would not have, had to. So the answer is 3. Very good. Next, prices shoot down wherever there is a shortage. So you have to look at the grammar as well as the logic. Whenever there is a shortage, what happens usually? Prices go up or down when there is a shortage. It is just common sense, not even economics. Whenever there is a problem of shortage, prices go up. So now look at the options here. Can you give the answer? Is it, whenever is correct, but see, you have to look at the syntax and semantics. Since we are talking of this, and Sandra, since you're responding so actively, let me give you a little tip. This is also for all the viewers here, okay? For all the viewers, there are 2 aspects in a sentence, okay? Syntax and semantics. Fine. Syntax is what? Syntax is the structure, grammatical structure of a sentence, what we call the grammar rules, all that is your syntax. Semantics is the logic of the sentence or the meaning of the sentence. Does the sentence convey proper meaning? That is your semantics. Okay. Sometimes the syntax may be correct, but semantics may be wrong. Both need to be correct. Okay. How did my yellow pen become red suddenly? Please give me a second. Yeah. Okay. So that is syntax and semantics. Prices shoot down whenever there is a shortage. Wherever, first of all, wherever is a syntactic error, wherever is a syntactic error, it should be whenever, as you said, but there is also a semantic error. It is not shoot down, it is shoot up. Okay. Hence, the answer is option 3. Yeah, shoot down is wrong. Shoot up wherever. It's not about a place. It is about the time, when the time of shortage. Then shoot upwards would be a physical movement. This is not a physical movement you're talking about. Hence, shoot up is the answer. Next, I know the instructions are covered in this question, but I will read it out to you. Select the option that will improve the underlined part of the given sentences. Okay. In case no improvement is needed, select the option which says no improvement required. That is option 4. Fine. Now, here, no man is happy who do not think himself to be so. What is the error here? The error is of subject-verb agreement, right? No man is happy. So who is the subject here? No man. Man is the subject essentially. And man is what? Very good, Sandra. You've given the answer. Man is what? Man is singular, right? So when you look at subject verb agreement, no man is happy who do not. The verb here is do. Do agrees with the plural form, not with the singular form. No men are happy who do not think. No man is happy who does not think himself to be so. Okay, very good. Excellent. Thanks for all the responses, all of you. Okay, others are also giving responses. Thank you, everybody. Next, the philosopher said that natural beauty has not always need the aid of ornaments. This should be very easy. What is the subject here? Natural beauty. Natural beauty has not always need. How do we say it? What verb do we need? The verb is the right form of the verb do. But natural beauty is a singular term. Hence, the right form of the verb do here will be does. The philosopher said that natural beauty does not always need the aid of ornaments, which is our option 2. Okay. Does anybody have any questions here? If anybody has questions, please let me know. So here also it is a question of subject-verb agreement and the right choice of verb. Okay. Next is question 8 here, which is select the most appropriate option that can substitute the underlined segment, the same thing. Okay. Being illiterate, the villagers were cheated by the moneylender. Being illiterate, the villagers were cheated by the moneylender. Do you need any substitution here? If so, what is it? Being illiterate, see, in such statements, a very common error is when this part and this part refer to different people or different entities. Okay, then we say misplaced modifier, dangling modifier, etc. Let me give you an example since you are listening and responding so beautifully. Let me give an example. Being a hot day, I stayed at home. Being a hot day, I stayed at home. Is the sentence correct? Is the sentence correct? This sentence is not correct because here we are talking about a hot day, but the person who stayed at home is the speaker, I, right? So I am not a hot day. Okay, I'm not using any grammatical jargon here. I'm just explaining in very simple terms. When you use a modifier, when you use being or any ing form to qualify something, okay, before, yeah, it is incorrect. You're absolutely right, Sandra. It is incorrect because the parts before and after the comma, I'm not using clause and all these things, very simple terms. Before and after the comma, if you see, they refer to different subjects. So this sentence has to be it being a hot day. Okay, you need to put the subject of the first part. It being a hot day, I stayed at home. So the two parts have different subjects. But in the given sentence, who is illiterate? The villagers. And who were cheated by the money lender? It is in passive voice. So the villagers were cheated by the money lender. Both parts are about the same entity, that is the villagers. Hence, you are absolutely right. No substitution required. Option 2 is not incorrect either. The villagers being illiterate, they were cheated by the money lender is also correct, but it is a little clumsy. Okay. The given sentence is a crisper and better version. Okay. It being a hot day. Absolutely, Sandra, your answer is correct. Next, okay, provided you come out with flying colors in your interview. Provided, I hope you know this usage. This is a conditional use of provided. It is called the conditional use. Provided is used in the sense of if or as long as. Okay. The word provided is often used in the sense of if or as long as. Provided you come out with flying colors in your interview, you secure this job. But has this person come out with flying colors? No. The conditional says, if you do this, then in the future, you will secure this job. Okay, so this needs what happens if the condition is fulfilled has to be in the future tense. Hence, Provided you come out with flying colors in your interview, you will secure this job. Okay, hope that is clear. Sandra, if you're still there, I hope you understood this one and I hope you got the answer. Yeah. And the last question. However influential he will be, he cannot get an upper hand over his co-workers. What about this? He can be either the future or the present. However, what is the sense here? The sense here is he may be very influential, still he cannot dominate over his co-workers, right? So what you need here is a possibility, however influential he may be. Okay, this is something we use. Many people think maybe is used only for possibilities. This particular usage of maybe is even when there is a certainty. We use this when we are trying to say that something will not be the way it is expected, to show an irony of sorts. For example, we say what? He may be the president's son, but in this college, everyone is equal, which means that we know he is the president's son. It's not that we are guessing he may be, right? We are sure he is the president's son. But we are saying just because he is the president's son, he cannot be given privileges. He may be. So here again, it is a similar usage. Very good. Sandra and Vanujaramu Kansiraju, you have all got the answer. However influential he may be, he cannot get an upper hand over his co-workers. Okay, so this is a special use of the phrase maybe. Okay, hope you have got a few insights from this short and sweet session. Do subscribe to all our channels for more such useful videos in all subject areas. And please feel free, if you have not already signed up for our classes, you can walk into any of our time centers. We have an almost pan-India presence, or you can enroll for our online classes using this link. Okay, see you again soon in another such video. All the best with your preparation. Thank you.